Artscience?
No.
No. So it's the first time you're hearing it? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, right. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, hopefully you'll know more about it by the end of this evening. Okay. All right. So in this title, I put art science, that is reimagining the education and communication in science and art. Okay, so how it all started was back in 2013. I was in Edu Park, so I'll tell you about Edu Park as well. Basically, it is our edutourism in UPM, and that was also during the Visit Malaysia year 2014. And next year is another Visit Malaysia year. Okay, so it was actually the idea from the former tourism minister, Tan Sri Dr. Eng Yang Yen, because at that time the government was very much into NBOS, the Blue Ocean Strategy, and so the how this idea came is you use government assets, fully. So, for example, the idea where tourism can be done in the universities, because during the holiday time, the facilities are not really used, so we can open to the public, and we charge them the entrance fee, and they can also get to learn about the knowledge that is being the knowledge, the research, the staff. There's sorry, we apa we why is this open now? Oh no, how do I close it? Yes. Oh god. Okay. All right. So that's where this idea comes. So for EduPark, it is our is an innovation, anyway, where we have this all these places to visit. So basically, you have one faculty will have a place to visit. So we have, say, for the vet faculty, they have the anatomy museum. And then the medic faculty, they have there are also anatomy museum and pathology museum. Like the faculty of design and architecture, they have the gallery, and like faculty of language and modern communication, they have the Malay Heritage Museum. So we actually work together very closely with the tourism ministry, and they came to see which places are suitable, and we also have training how to be a tour guide. So it was quite an interesting project. Okay, and we managed to do it properly. Then a lot of other universities came to UPM to learn how to do this. So at that time, it was sort of compulsory for all universities to engage in this. So EduPark, we even registered the name, and it was under the Putra Science Park, which is under the purview of the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation. So during my time, it was there, and then I was there for 7 years. Okay, and then it has moved now to the Industry and Communication Relations under UCTC. So if you I would encourage for all of you to contact the the EduPark staff, and yeah, join their activities. It is very good and very interesting. There is oh yeah, there's like say for the we used to call it Taman Pertanian University TPU, but now they've changed the name and I can never remember the new name. But there you can see you can visit the horse. We used to have also the cow and also the deer, but then since Farm Fresh joined, then the access became difficult, which is I'm very sad about that. Okay, so I mentioned just now the Faculty of Design and Architecture. Do you know where that is? No? Yes? Are you familiar with this faculty?
No.
No?
Yeah, but no, don't see.
Sorry? I
Uh,
can't hear you.
Hear about the faculty, but don't see where is the faculty.
It's actually opposite the engineering faculty. So it's near the mosque. So it's opposite to that. For Faculty of Agriculture, the EduPark component is in the Field 10, Ladang 10. So the activity there, you can plant the rice, and then you can visit the stingless bee. So it's very popular during the school holidays. So yeah, so anyway, at this Gallery Serdang, we one of the yearly activities we do this exhibition, which is called Nyawa, and Nyawa is the Malay word for life, and that's also the name for the exhibition, which is Nature's Yield and Wonders of Art. And this name also we trademark as well. And you can and what how we did it is, so we worked together, EduPark worked together with the curator, Mr. Nasir, at FRSB, so we make an open call to all the researchers in UPM, and if you are welcome to join. So we give the theme every year, we change. So the first one was on fruit. So if you're doing research on fruit and you are interested, you can submit your idea, and then we select. Okay, so we had fruit, insect, microbe, bird, brain, light, from earth to sky, and the last one, before COVID, that was in 2019 on food. So it was a very interesting project as well. So to show you what we did then, so this is the Gallery Sedang. So we have like the researchers, and we all so the idea is that the curator, of course, he's the expert for choosing and also showing it in a nice way. So with the art, you don't want it to be so heavy, so it's not like the normal conference poster, lots of words. So for this art science, we want more like the picture or the artifact, you call it like this one. So that has to be the main attraction, and the words we limit to about 500 words. Okay, so you do get some information about your research, or your interest, but the main thing, it has to be visually interesting. So this is actually our former head of department, Prof Ahmad Ismail, and actually he came to our department today as well for our celebration, 50 years, and so this was the previous VC, Datin Aini. So we would have a launch, and that's when a lot of people would come. So this was on Nyawa Insect, and so we have either frame this insect up, and in this case it is the parasitoid wasp, that that take over, something like the series The Last of Us also, where the fungus is taking over the body. So it's very interesting because we get to interact with the researchers, but it's not so heavy. It's not such a serious meeting, so actually everybody really enjoyed this program. And then with microbe, so this is the curator, Mr. Nasir. So he's the one that taught us a lot about what is important when you show, when you have such a show. So remember last week I mentioned to you about the Ebola virus, the largest virus, and actually I learned that through this exhibition. So that's what I want to share with you, that it doesn't have to be like our information about science. It doesn't just have to be through reading the papers. It can be through programs like this as well. So and now with the Gen Z, is even more important. This kind of activities, okay, because they are different, very different, from our time. And this one, also one of my favorites, because Dr. Maria, she's a virologist, and then she was talking about the corona virus again long before COVID happened. This was in 2014. And so she makes this, like it was a bed sheet, and cushions. So you inject a bit, the fun part of it, and a different look. This one looks more scientific, okay, but it's very colorful. And so the curator is the one that when you present to him, he about what the topic you want to talk about, he will try to make it, guide you, like, oh, can you do it like this, like this. So sometimes it's a bit, it's very, because it's quite hard sometimes to talk between the artist and the scientist. But we did manage to come together then. And this microbe, some of it after the exhibition is normally 3 months, and then we showed it in petroscience as well. So we can make links with other people through this. And brain was also very interesting. Got to meet Dr. Paisi, who's a professor now. She just became professor, and she's very apa tu, notable neuroscientist in medical faculty. And so we remember because so we have the specimens of brain, and then for me, I want to contribute every time. And so I learned about this Venus flytrap, where the action potential is similar, the like very fast, similar to our brain and animal brain. So my artifact was I put all this fly trap in the gallery, and a lot of the visitors, they will play, try and close the thing, and we always find the flies as well, has so that was fun, that we could I could learn about this. And light, also, we had like this is more the fractal, I think the fractal patterns that we find like even in cabbage when you slice it. So Dr. Shurin, this one, she made it into lamps, and all using the biological design. Okay. Okay, from Earth to Sky sounds like rocket science, but we did have a boat, well, we call it perahu or sampan. So this was our friend from Terengganu. There's the Science and Creativity Center. Very nice place. If you visit Terengganu, you must go to that place. And she was the director then, and she brought the boat, and trying to explain about the astronomy using the stars. And Dr. Rinalfi is from the vet faculty. He actually does research on wildlife. And so he was showing, he made bats using the cans, and talking about diseases that bats can bring. Okay, then this was the final one, about food. So this is with my colleague, Dr. Sharizin, who works with algae and lichen. And so we worked together, and we wanted to show about lichen. And the lichen is the combination of fungi and algae. So the algae is photosynthesize and gives the food to the fungi, and the fungi provides the protection for the algae. So it is a symbiosis. So that's where the link of the food comes in. So these are I think specimens that came from Cameron Highlands. So that not many people are aware about lichens. This is actually how if any of you have eaten nata de coco, so this is how it looks like. So this is from the food faculty. And so these are like, we have these panels, and when they are blown up, it can be also a very nice pattern. And this was our reviewer, Yana. She's an artist, and the others are the English lecturers from the Faculty of Modern Languages. So their artifact is on how food is used in in the English language. So I can't remember now the example. So the so yeah, so we, again, through this program, we get the chance to meet people from different faculties, because we once we submit the application, we will have the clinic, because when you prepare your artifact, you cannot just do it. You have to have the curator that checks on your progress. So we will have meetings. So we will have like our workshop. Then everybody comes together, and the different people from different faculties, and then we also learn about their what maybe instruments that they have, and this encourages the networking. So this is also from the inside. So Dr. Bong, he comes from Bintulu, and these are termite mounds. Which is a good architecture, because they have a way to cool down the temperature. So this can be an inspiration to architects. This is Dr. Maria from Biotech, and her work is on how migratory birds can be a vector for zoonotic diseases. And the way we show this is by having this origami of the bird. Okay, and this one I showed you already. Okay, and this one, the from food also, Professor Farida, not me, another Farida from forestry. She showed the pollen grain, and then we actually because normally people won't see, right, pollen grain. So we actually make it into a cushion, and we pin it, so it makes a really nice decor. I'm sure if IKEA were to see this, I'm sure they will probably buy this design. And this one also one of my favorites. We made this, like the panel I showed you before, right? So this was also a large piece, and this is actually showing how protein crystallizes in space, because Prof. Rose Farizan from Biotech, she did this experiment, and it was taken, taken to space. So I think it's really amazing as well. It's like when you see it in real life, you'll be amazed. So this one, we do produce the books, but it's not the same as seeing it in real life. So the curator, Mr. Nasir, he's already retired now. So he mentioned this in the paper that he wrote, where to do this, it is challenging because he, as a curator, needs to transmit the subject of the study. So say fruit, the bird. So it's from different disciplines, but you have to put it all together in the gallery, right? So that is the specialty, the skill of the curator, right? And also he needs kind of to be like the judge in a way. There will be a lot of interaction among researchers, and we're all like different animals trying to talk, and he has to try and make sense and all that. So it can be a bit, because sometimes like maybe Mr. Nasir being the curator, he expects a higher standard, maybe for the scientists. But this is good enough. What are you talking about? So yeah, it can be a bit, apa, challenging then. Okay. So anyway, I think it's good that we have this left and right brain trying to talk to each other, and then thought versus emotion, reason versus intuition. Yeah, so we went through all this and managed to put the exhibition for 9 years. Yeah, so this was the paper back in 2018, the convergence of art and sciences in the digital age. So because Mr. Nasir, he loves digital art, so that's why he talks about it. So why do I think this is important? Because it will, I think, being in, I started with conservation for my research anyway, and there's always that, doom and gloom, like we're going for extinction, and many many sad things about it. So I do feel that we have to talk more about the positives. There's, of course there are the negative part, but at the same time there's also the positives. But as usual in the news, the negative is the one that is being talked a lot. So that's why I feel that with Nyawa, that was one way that we try to be positive. Okay. And also the thought that there has to be more communication between STEM, okay, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and has, which is humanities, arts, social sciences. And this was just quite a recent paper in 2020. And the way, how, for us, the Malays, we have the saying, tak kenal maka tak cinta, which translates to, without getting to know, there would be no love. Or maybe in the modern style, you can say, we need a clickbait. Okay, so the art is the clickbait. Okay, once you attract the people to the art, then you can start talking about nature, about climate change, invasive species. So the way to know is via the act. Then the awareness, the realization, love, and change of behavior to live in harmony with our environment will follow suit. And according to Ruth Bernstein, in 2011, the vision of art science is to rehumanize all knowledge. Its mission is to reintegrate all knowledge, and its goal is to cultivate a new renaissance. So the objective is to inspire open mindedness, curiosity, creativity, imagination, critical thinking, and problem solving through collaboration and innovation. So a bit about Professor Jennifer Angus. She's actually a new friend of mine that I met during the sabbatical, and she's coming next week to visit. She is also doing this art science. So Jen is a teacher's textile at the University of Wisconsin Madison, where I did my sabbatical, and at the same time, she also does insect art installation, and quite amazing because she's an artist. She has no science background, but because she's been doing this for 20 years, she knows a lot about the insects. Okay, and so now she talks about the importance of insects. So becomes an kind of become a spokesperson for the insects, and you can see the amazing work that she does with the insects. So she does like the wallpaper and this insect jelly, and from again, because insects are also declining, there's a lot of worry, and when there's no insect means there's no, what do you lose when you don't have insects? What does insects do?
Pollination.
Yes,
Pollination.
exactly, pollination, right? So pollination, then you get, what do you get from the pollination?
Horticulture.
Huh?
Fruit. Food.
Fruit. Yes, fruit. Yeah. So all of us enjoy our fruits, right? And if a certain pollinator is declining, or gone, then we won't enjoy. We won't get our fruit anymore. So that's why we have to make people aware. And recently I saw a picture that in Cambridge, they is they normally very famous with their green lawns at King's College, I think. And and I think maybe is it this year, I think that they decided to not mow the lawn and just let the wildflowers grow. So there's a shift in people now. Instead of having to have this pristine controlled environment, people are just letting things grow wild, because that is the natural way. Like my host at this when I went for to this university, Professor Ken, he's a botanist, and we went to his home, and they have a system there where they pay you like I think $2,000 to let the because they used to have a lot of prairie land, and so they ask you to plant back. So he has huge area of this prairie, so they bring back the old grasslands, and traditional what existed a long time ago. So I think that's amazing to see that. Okay, so this is like part of her work. And so the insects, she actually recycles them, so it's not like she's collecting every time for her exhibition. So this was she got them like 20 years ago, and so then she reuses these insects to spread the message about insects. So just now I meant, you're already familiar with Nyawa. So for my sabbatical, in 2022, I had 2 months, and so my proposal was to do Nyawa at Madison, and there was I learned this technique, cyanotype, because of the very short time that I had to do. And I'm so happy that this is still hanging there. So I feel that it's a piece of Malaysia, a piece of myself. Is if ever any of you do go to this university, which is for me is one of the best universities. I really loved my time there. So if you get a chance, please go. Okay, you won't regret it. And so this is actually from the herbarium vouchers from this herbarium, which is at the university. And we is the message here is we want to raise awareness on invasive aquatic plants. So amongst this, there are three uh, species, and they are creating havoc in the lakes. Wisconsin is where all the big lakes are, like Lake Superior, all those areas, a lot of lakes. And so the problem with invasive species, that there's no natural predator, so no nothing to eat them, right? And they also reproduce very fast, so they overtake the lake area. People can't swim, the boats can't go through, they get stuck in the propellers, the properties near the lakes, all the prices all go down, because yeah, it's not as beautiful as it was before. And now in Malaysia, we're having a big problem with this fish. That is, people are just catching it, but they just reproduce a lot. So even in the Facebook today, people were talking about this invasive fish. So it is a very serious problem when it's uncontrolled. So we have to think of the solution. So a bit about cyanotypes. So this is actually the oldest photographic printing process. It is number three. Number one and number two were using silver nitrate. So those were toxic. And John Herschel, he's an astronomer, and he actually created this technique, which is not dangerous. And you see that it is blue color. Okay, so that's why the name is cyan. Okay, and type means print, so blueprint. Okay, and also traditionally it was used to reproduce technical drawings of architects and engineers until you have the photocopy machine. Okay, so anyway, Kainos is meaning blue. Okay, and Anna was the one that popularized it. So she is actually credited to be the first created the first photo book in history. So she is a botanist, and she actually published this book of the British algae, right? And so it's also called sun printing because it needs the sun. I have a video that I will play, and you can see how it works.
Artists can choose from many objects to make cyanotype paints. Objects from nature are often a popular choice. Remember botanist Anna Atkins? She realized that cyanotypes could be used as a scientific tool to capture detailed images of living things that couldn't necessarily be captured in drawings. The images could be copied repeatedly and shared with others for scientific discussion. Let's look at Atkins' cyanotype print of a brown algae from the genus Sargassum, along with a similar live specimen. This brown algae, or seaweed, lives in the ocean. It has a special pigment called fucoxanthin that makes it appear brown color. It has these very light nematocysts, which are filled mostly with oxygen. They allow the algae to float on the surface of the water and maximize its exposure to sunlight for photosynthesis. This leaf-like structure is called a lamina, or blade. And at the base of the seed, you can see a root-like structure called a holdfast that anchors the algae to coastal rocks. Being able to identify physical characteristics of living things using live observations or photographic images, noting where they're found, what special structures they have, and how they develop over time, helps scientists classify them with similar living things. The science of classifying living things is called taxonomy. Why is taxonomy important? Living things on Earth are becoming extinct at an alarming rate due to habitat loss, competition, pollutants, changing weather patterns, disease, human interaction, and other issues. Without a working classification system, estimating the diversity of species, tracking extinction rates, and making informed decisions about how to protect disappearing species can be impossible. So being able to capture images of the organisms that are alive today using photographic methods is extremely important. You can even make a field guide of living things you find in your own backyard. When we think about chemical reactions, we often think that if we mix chemical A with chemical B, we'll get an immediate reaction. But that isn't always the case. Many chemical reactions occur in several steps, one event leading into another. In the case of cyanotype printing, we mix two chemicals together into pretty paper, but we don't immediately see that deep blue color we're expecting. Why not? The two chemicals we're using on the paper, potassium ferrocyanide and ferric ammonium citrate, will not react with each other until they're exposed to ultraviolet light. That ultraviolet light could come from a lamp or from the sun, but the bottom line is that it takes a series of events to form the blue color that's associated with cyanotype. Let's break it down. Ferric ammonium citrate, which is one of the chemicals we add to the paper, has a chemical formula that includes an ammonium ion, iron, and citrate, which is an organic compound, meaning it contains carbon. This chemical is sensitive to ultraviolet light. When it's exposed to ultraviolet light, the iron in this compound is reduced from iron 3 into iron 2 because it gains an electron. That's step 1. Once the iron has been reduced, it's able to react with the potassium ferrocyanide, which is the other chemical we use to print the paper. As this reaction proceeds, a blue color appears on the paper. That's step 2. To stop the development, paper can be rinsed with water. All of the chemicals that are involved in this reaction are soluble in water, except for the blue pigment, so it will stay behind on the paper. And that's how we use chemical reactions to make art. Our sun produces energy across the full electromagnetic spectrum, from very long radio waves to very short gamma waves. But the wavelengths of light that we use to expose the cyanotype images are in the ultraviolet range. Ultraviolet light can be divided into different groups called UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVC rays are almost completely absorbed by Earth's atmosphere, which is good because they're harmful to living things. In fact, we use UVC light to destroy bacteria and fungus. About 95% of the sun's UVB rays are also absorbed by Earth's atmosphere. So UVA rays account for the majority of the ultraviolet radiation reaching Earth's surface. We worry about ultraviolet radiation because UVA and UVB rays cause our skin to tan or burn, and they can also increase the risk of certain skin cancers. So how do we block UV light? Well, when we're making cyanotype prints, placing solid objects that do not allow any ultraviolet light to pass through them prevented the chemicals underneath from being exposed to the light, so the paper stayed white in color. We call these materials that completely block the transmission of light opaque. When we wear UV protective shirts, we're using opaque materials to block the transmission of UV light. We may place an object on the cyanotype paper that allows just a small portion of the light through. An object that allows a small amount of light to pass through it is called translucent. If you wear a cotton shirt in the sun, it will give you some protection from UV light, but you can still get a sunburn through it because the shirt is translucent. The glass plate that was placed on top of the cyanotype paper allowed all of the UV light to pass through. This type of object is called transparent. It doesn't block the transmission of light at all, so the paper underneath turns blue. Playing around with opaque, translucent, and transparent materials can give you cyanotype prints that appear to have shadow and depth.
Okay, so you saw then how the reaction happens for the cyanotype. So these were the actual herbarium vouchers that were used. So some we could lift it up and put it on the paper. But some this one I think was also okay, but we had some that were very fragile, so we actually make a transparency first, print the transparency from the digital image. So so what happened was, after my sabbatical, I joined this exhibition competition by the Academy Science of Malaysia, and got to be the top 23 finalists. So I had the same. I made a second copy of the of my work in medicine, and so but I just put it, this was on cotton, and I put it on the boxes. I think this was rubber, yeah, rubber wood. Okay, and for cyanotype, it actually, you can do it on fabric, as long as it is natural. Okay, so it doesn't work on synthetic material. So I must thank Sarah. She's the graphic designer at the department, biology department there, and she was the one that taught me that we work together to do the cyanotype. And this is Professor Ken, who's the botanist. So this was when we had the exhibition last year, and my father came. So I was very happy because my father cannot climb stairs, and I really wanted him to see the work that I've done, and so that's why I'm like smiling widely here. So this is a tote bag. So this one, I did it on a purple background. So you can do that as well. It doesn't have to be just white. So depends. You can play around. You can do a lot of things with this technique. And I like this. I found this article in the Star where uh, uh, Professor Jamila, she's very famous for, what's it, Mercy Malaysia, where she's a medical doctor. So she goes to the war areas, and give medical, and she talks about how it's good to translate science to digestible, actionable pieces of information. So the art science makes it digestible and actionable. And after that, I also participated in this exhibition called Telur Pecah. It is a contemporary art exhibition, and it's amazing. Like, this was 23, right? So now it's about 2 years, or almost 2 years. And recently I went to a workshop organized by the British Council, and they call it Artivism, art and activism together. And one of the organizers there, Jacob, he remembered me from this exhibition. So he came to me, and then we talked further, and now all of us are in this group, where they are mainly artists, but they're very keen to support science and work with scientists. So let's see anyway what happens, but it's nice to be remembered. And so some examples of the designs that I've done. And so this was like the flowers from my house, and this is what I mean by you can print dinosaurs, whatever you like, words, you can just go very, you can just explore your creativity. And here, I also make bookmarks, and so, and the good thing as well, it is cheap. So that's very important. So I decided that I will incorporate this in my class. So I teach structure and function of plants to the second year students. So I decided that, let's make a project for them, with them, and teach them how to do it. And and they come up with their ideas, and then I reassess. So I call my artist friend to come, so we give marks then. And then so they so far, the feedback, they really enjoyed this. So I'm going on from this, and just keep on teaching people how to do this. So I definitely would like to see more collaboration between the scientists and artists, because I think both have a lot to give to each other, and then they can, the art. So once say the artists understand a bit about the science, they can tell their friends, and then the scientists also, when they maybe understand how the artists work, they can think of what else they can do. So I think it's a win-win. Okay, and you stop to see the wonder in your everyday life, because it's you see things a bit differently. Once you start doing this, okay, and to inspire a holistic approach in problem solving. This is to share with you when I was doing my sabbatical. This is a gallery there called Art Lit Lab. And they had an exhibition called The Shape of the Environment. And one of the activities was having, this discussion. Anybody can just join. So there were, retired people or researchers or artists, and we just sat around and talk about the state of the environment. So that was also interesting, fun, to be together. So this was last year. We had this carnival, and we the schools came and taught the cyanotype. So from there, one of the teachers invited us to conduct this at the school, and so this is what we've done. We've actually for the final year project, mm, noting the where less and less students are choosing science, whereas the country really needs a lot of STEM, people with STEM background. So maybe this might make the students see science in a different way. So I'll share with you the result after this. So another thing that I've done is I've actually copyrighted my work. So that's for UPM copyrights, is one of our KPI. So I'm happy finally through Cyanotype I managed to get the copyrights. And this last year Jennifer came. Then we did this Zuliri art intervention. So I welcome for you to visit. You can contact me when you want to visit. You can come. I will personally take you around our Zuliri. Okay, Zuliri, because it's actually our zoology museum that we use to teach our students. And then because we add the artistic part, the art part, so that's so it becomes a gallery. So that's why the name becomes Zuliri. Okay, and these are actually the collection of insects that have been sitting in these boxes since the 1970s. Okay, so Jennifer, with her specialty in insects, so this is like how these boxes look like. So we transform the Zuliri, and I don't have the picture here unfortunately, but I will show you. I will share with you another time. Right. So are you all okay so far? Are you following the art science? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So now I just want to go just a bit on the results that we got. I have to share the screen again. Oh, I can continue, right? Right. Okay. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
All right, cool. Okay, so these were actually there were three projects, but I'm just showing you two. So we went to SMK, the secondary school at Bandar Baru Salak Tinggi, and we used the cyanotype. So we had a few. So anyway, in this case, there is two works. Okay, first to enhance the science interest, and to investigate the influence of parental factors, and The other one is to see the effect of hands-on learning of science through cyanotype. And this one I've shown already. And here we see that for the hands-on learning, it increases engagement and understanding and appeals especially to Gen Z learners, and integrates the significance. It integrates science and art to engage the students. We see the students' perception of hands-on learning and supports the STEM goals. And so basically, this is what the objectives were. And we had about 300 students from lower secondary, so age 13 to 15, from 1 to form 3, because we want to, catch them before they choose the science or non-science stream when they're 16. Okay. So we did simple random sampling. The teacher that already identified which students. So we did this using first we have basically we did a pre and post survey of they have to answer the questions and got the ethical approval, JKEUPM. All right, so using the tests like Wilcoxon, Mann Whitney, Classical Wallis, Spearman's rank, and the Likert scale for the evaluation. And so it's since it's a non-normal distribution, then we use the non-parametric test, and it shows the significant improvement after learning using the cyanotype. Okay, and they found the science more fun and engaging, and it enhances curiosity and confidence. And there was a strong positive correlation with interest in science. They prefer hands-on over traditional learning. For parental factors, the mother's education level influences the interest in science, and also supervision, visits to science places, and material provision. So, like if you buy, if you expose them to maybe some games that is more scientifically inclined, then they will have more interest. So basically, it is a good positive result, which is what we were hoping for. And so we want to follow up this. So for this year, we're going to Pahang and Terengganu, and to do more of this. And hopefully, this can be something that I think my wish is that it will be incorporated in the syllabus. Sekejap ah. Okay. Stop presenting. Right. Yeah. So yeah, let me know. Can I know what is your thought about this? Okay, sorry, just a little bit more about this. So with this, well, I like to call it bio art as well, because it uses the biological specimens. What I noticed as well, that for the students, besides it being a different, and a different way of teaching, and for them, that is also more fun, I guess, because it's something new. Not I mean you have Of course we have the practical classes both in schools and also in at university, but it just with this it just gives a different flavor, and people are always excited by something that is different. So kind of, because I asked my degree students to do a testimony, tell me what they feel. And quite a few will say, oh, they find the subject very boring, structure and function of plants. But when they do the cyanotype, then they enjoy it more. So for me, good, if it's like it gives you a positive feeling, I'm very happy that they're excited, because students will normally be more excited about animals. They won't be so excited about plants. So I feel okay, that mission accomplished. And the other thing that I'm happy is because the students that I taught was last semester. So this semester they're doing basic entrepreneurship. So they have decided to sell some products using the cyanotype. So then, again, I'm happy because it's giving the student another skill, that's something that they can sell, and if they continue this, if there's a demand for it, why not? And so for me, that's why I think in a lot of ways, I really like this technique cyanotype. So I also want to extend my offer. If any of you are interested to learn, it's very simple, very quick. Just let me know. You can come to my department, and I can conduct the class for you then. Okay. So yes, so that's the end of today then. My lecture. So let me know. I just want to hear your opinion about this. Are you do you like it or you don't like it? No wrong answer. Just want to know your opinion. Okay, Mariam gives a thumbs up. Okay. Voices. You're so shy. That's why I don't like online class. I really prefer physical class. Okay, everybody's quiet. Maybe I have to call names then. Fu, Fu Hoi Tung. Can I get your name? Your response? No, your line is not good. Can you speak louder?
Sorry, can you hear me? Is it
Okay, yes,
okay?
yeah, now much better. Thanks. So what
Um,
do you think?
for me, it is a very interesting topic because it's my first time um hearing this thing called art science, and also this arts it's very interesting lah. So I'm also quite shocked that you actually have an exhibition at GMBB, because I usually visit there like once a month, and then I'm quite shocked, like, oh my god, oh, so like I think I saw your exhibition before. It's just that how to say, I just didn't like really go through it very detailed. But I think after this class, right, I think I will like pay more attention about your work because I really like it.
Oh, thank you very much. I will share my Instagram on my Sinotype. Um, so yeah, if anybody is interested to know more, what I find amazing as well. So sorry, before that, I'm just curious. Why do you go to JMBB once a month?
Because I like the exhibition there.
Yeah,
They
it's
have a
very
lot of,
interesting,
yeah,
right?
yes.
Do you live close to the place?
No, no, I stay at Sudan.
Oh, okay, okay. So not that. I mean, quite far to go, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but it's nice. It is nice. I
yes.
haven't been for a long time. Just tak sempat. No tak to go. But yeah, I do find as a place for art, and it has a very nice vibe. So yeah, it's a good place. I share with you, with all of you, like that meeting that I said I went, that workshop last week. So one of the panelists, Dr. Gillian Hui, I think she's she works on seagrass. She's from University of Malaya, and I heard about her many years ago. I think even before COVID. I think, because she was doing she was doing a gamelan performance, but on seagrass. So I really, would have liked to go to her concert, but I couldn't. So I was very excited when I got to meet her then. And she's very nice, lovely person, and she actually maps. She does mapping of the seagrass populations in Johor. And she said, when she shared her experience in the forum, and then she said, many people don't know about seagrass. People know about seaweed, but don't know about seagrass. And she also loves music. She said when after her school exam SPM, she wanted to pursue music actually, but her grades were good. And then I think the parents encouraged her to take science, and but then she said now she can go back to her hobby. And then she was saying that in when she did the concert, because the concert is about 2 hours, and she said that's when, like, I have the captive audience. And that's when I can, like, during the parts of the concert, she will talk about the seagrass or show pictures about the seagrass. So it's a very sneaky way to get people to appreciate her seagrass. So that's kind of one of the examples, and there are a lot more examples. I think if you just type art science, you will get a lot of information. Uh, and yeah, I think, and kind of, I suppose for myself, I find that by interacting with the artists, sometimes they have different ways to do things that we scientists may be not familiar. And then and sometimes they even can provide grants. So it kind of, when you spread your connection, because it's yeah, the other good thing that Dr. Jillian mentioned, she said what she's doing is like wearing a bifocal glasses. All of you know, right? Bifocal glasses, can. So, like, the science part is when you focus, you look down. But when she explores the artistic part, then she's looking further, wider. Like, because, like, for science we always like focus, 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 right? So when we do the art also, then we are able to think in a more, uh, holistic way or wider way. So it's like that. And kind of both, both are have their own strengths. Both are useful. So that's why I encourage for all of you, because nowadays the challenges of Gen Z, different ways of doing things, different ways of learning. So it's not, it won't be a waste if and then sometimes I find, like, in some ways I find like the maybe, oh yeah, I think that's the thing that they mentioned in their forum, because they I couldn't join because that was by invitation only, the workshop they had previously. But all of the people there, they said, like, one of the most important components is the emotion. So I, in a way, I think that's true. You have to care enough, then, or you have to be passionate, then it comes out, your enthusiasm, and then that will hopefully make whoever who's listening to you also be, interested and passionate. Sometimes I feel like, yes, it's important to publish, and and for you guys is, you have to publish, if not you won't get your your degrees. But kind of like you're preaching to the converted. Is the same group of people who are reading your papers, and it's the same group of people who are in your conferences. So it's kind of exciting when you can talk about your work to people who don't know about your work. Like yesterday I was having, no, Monday I was having my, yeah, Monday, yes, my class on the PhD seminar. And for me, it's so fascinating to learn about this river turtles. For me, I always thought, turtles, they must be in the ocean. And the student was doing work on, on freshwater turtle. So even at my age, I'm still learning, you know, and that's for me, that's the fun part of this journey. And yeah, I hope it's the same with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna pick one more person to say something. Islam Muhammad Rashidun, please give a comment.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Uh, it's new for me
Mm-hmm. Good.
because
I like sharing new things.
I know these topics today first. Before I cannot known about these
Mm.
things. It's very interesting. Uh, it's very interesting for me, and I
Mm.
think it's the process is usually chemical treated paper and exporting the ultraviolet lights. It's so amazing. I besides your class, I observed in the YouTube that it is amazing and interesting. I am interested for this. I think it is very positive thing to learn this. Thank you.
Mm. Thank you, Islam. I'm glad to hear. And yeah, for me, I'm just thankful. I did my sabbatical and learn this cyanotype. In Malaysia, I only know of one other person that does this. So there's only two of us that's doing cyanotype. So yeah, that's kind of, that's why at least I'm happy. I keep thinking I need to
I think
to
you. I think. I think you arrange a visual presentation for uh, observing this for your research. It is very helpful for us.
Thank you, thank you. That's why I thought, like, if I didn't, because we still have apa tu, time to cover all the topics. I think I started last year, including this, because I really feel it would be useful. It would be useful for all of you, even if you don't, don't want to do it or not interested. It doesn't matter. I just wanted you to be aware, to be exposed to this term. Some people call it science art, some people call it art science, and then recently, when I'm talking to my department, then they were saying, why not, yeah, we use the term bio art. So it's okay. I think anything, as long as it's uh, sending that message across, is fine. Yeah. So thank you so much anyway for being appreciative. I think that makes me very happy as well.
Thank you, Doctor. It's my pleasure.
Oh, okay, okay. I will put the details in the sense of my Instagram on this, and also the visit, and some particulars about the side of, like more for, because normally after the class finishes, everybody goes to, different, if their own, we all say bye bye. But at least you have the information, and while you are still around in UPM, uh, yeah, please come. Yeah, I would love to show you my jewelry. Yesterday we had the carnival again. So there were 210 students that came. So it was tiring to keep talking, but it was good to see, the interest, and like Dr. Azrizal, he's also with me, and he's an entomologist. So he does art with resin. So he embeds the insect inside resin, and that also is another way that you can make people excited about the about insects and biology. And actually, Jennifer's friend, Joseph, he's Korean, but he's a chef in Brooklyn. He's an ambassador for insect as food. So he works with the FAO, and they're trying to encourage people to eat insects. It's a good source of protein. And he was in Singapore last year for a conference, and they cook. They had the conference dinner, and the food was all like insect based. He goes on TV, he's on TV in America, and that's also another. For me, I don't think I can, but he was like showing like, oh, you can put the powdered cicada or whatever inside the smoothie. Perhaps. But for Islam purpose, in Islam, in Singapore anyway, the ulama, the fatwa, they researched on this. So 12 insects are halal to you can eat them. I don't have the species name though, but that was one of the outcomes from the conference last year. So very interesting anyway. Yes. Yes, so a lot of things, right? So I hope it gives you something to think about tonight and maybe dream about. And so I will upload the lecture notes. And then for now we can say good night if there's no other questions. Yes, Jahangir. Jahangir, I cannot hear you.
Okay, now,
Yes.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Doctor, in your presentation, you showed insects, microbes, birds, but I have cherished to see fruits, as you mentioned in your talk, but did not see any fruits. So, what kind of fruits they are setting? Please.
Of, you mean fruit in the exhibition?
Fruits. Edu Park. In Edu Park
Ah,
exhibition.
okay. So the fruit, so the Nyawa exhibition is like only for 3 months. Um, that was back in 2012, and we have if I actually have the catalog, the book that shows all the exhibits. I can let you see the book. You can come and see me in the office, my office.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. So just set an appointment with me, and then I can show you again if one day, if some of you can come together, also, then you can make like a trip to biology department, so can see the Nyawa books, and you can see the Zulari, and you can see the cyanotype, or plan to learn the cyanotype. Up to you, because I'm sure all of you also are busy with your experiments. So whatever time that you can fit, just let me know, and we can do I will help with what you are interested in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jahangir. Okay, so I think it's time for us then. We can say good night, good evening for now. Okay, next I will send you the schedule for what's happening in the next few weeks. So next week it will be Dr. Rosima that will be seeing you. She will like give you a lecture on the publication. And then after that we will have test two. So for test two, don't worry, it's actually a group work. So I will give the question then, and you have the 3 hours to discuss and produce the submission. Okay, but it's done in the group. Then after that, it will be Dr. Shamarina that will lecture you on statistics. Then it will be Dr. Chong that will let you lecture on AI in research and publication. then the last lecture will be me. So that's what's happening. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Doctor. Good night.
Thank you,
Thank you
Prof.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
Uh,
Professor. Good
Thank you
night.
very much, doctor.
Good night. A very interesting session.